Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Battlefield 1 Podcast, the best Battlefield podcast on the planet. My name is Tom, also known as TheLankySoldier. I'm your host as usual, with no guest again, but that's okay. We'll talk about Battlefield. And guys, a positive news week for Battlefield 6? Really? Come on, stop. In public? Come on, control yourself. I barely can hold myself here. Please, stop. But yeah, positive news week for Battlefield 6. Loads of leaks for Season 3, which includes Golmud. To my surprise, it went against my prediction, which I love. It's coming in Season 3. M16, A3, A4/A4 coming, so that's great. So we have both variants coming to the game. There's also other stuff that kind of made me a little bit excited. And that's only Season 3. What about the current season? Was it called Hunter and Prey? The Stage 3 of Season 2. We already have patch notes for it, and when this podcast is going to be live on the public feeds, it's already live, so... And those patch notes look really interesting and really good, so yeah, lots of positive things happening, and I'm like, okay, for once we can be positive again. You know, it's been a while since we were positive on this podcast, but thank fuck we can talk about something positive. So yeah, let's talk about it. So, grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's talk about Battlefield.
But then when you've got Angel screaming, Angel does it again, and
that was something, right?
That was something.
I'm sorry, you canceled the support for the game a month ago.
Why would they even host a trade?
I don't know.
And I sit down and he picks up one donut and eats it. So you want to QA games?
When the rubber meets the road, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I don't like seeing Mario get his skull smashed.
Oh, I would love to see
doesn't
that.
work.
I would love to
Yeah,
see that.
again.
First and foremost, of course, if you're new here, I'm just gonna say this. Thank you guys so much for listening, for joining in for another episode of Battlefield 1 Podcast. We do this on a weekly basis. We talk about Battlefield, whether it be by myself or with a guest or with my co-host. Always online, we talk about Battlefield. And we've been going for 80 episodes now, so we're doing something right. We have people listening, so we're doing something right. So thank you guys for joining for another hour of Battlefield 1 Podcast. And thank you so much to our Patreon supporters, because without our Patreon supporters, this show would not exist. So, patreon.com/TheLankySoldier for extra content, extra episodes, early access to future episodes, whatever the case may be. We have lots of things to offer on Patreon, and I'm pretty sure we offer some good stuff, and that's why people are subscribed. So, and supporting us. So, thank you guys so much. Check it out. It means a lot. And of course, if you're listening to this and you're new or whatever the case may be, please do leave a rating. If you do enjoy this podcast, you do like to support us, if it's not financially, hey, just interaction. Just leave a rating. That bumps us on the algorithm and puts us on the top spot for people to listen. So do that. It takes you like 2 minutes, 2 seconds. I hope it's not going to take you 2 minutes, unless you can't find what the rating system is or what the rating button is. It's just 2 seconds. Just leave a rating, or leave a comment, whatever the case may be. Interact with the show, just tell us what you think, whatever the case may be, what's in your mind, And I think we're the best place when it comes to Battlefield news, because, for example, on Twitter, there's some accounts that try to be legitimate Battlefield news accounts, like, Battlefield Bulletin. If you've been if you've been chilling on Twitter for the last couple of years, Battlefield Bulletin decide, you know what, I don't want to cover Battlefield news anymore because reasons, which is fair to him. No one's gonna argue with that. And as Battlefield 6 came out, there's loads of new news accounts came out, and all of them are just AI generated bullshit. And just recently, one of them just started posting fake leaks to get some attention and everything, and likes and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. That's fucked up. That's so fucked up. Don't do that. So, and Battlefield 1 Podcast, we don't do that here. We actually cover the news and have discussions that actually real and meaningful, unlike that shit that you see online sometimes. So that's all I'm gonna say. So, hey, Battlefield 1 Podcast, we got you, man. We got you. If you want legit, well-researched news and topics, this show is just for you. And of course, I want to address the last episode quickly, because some people did not get the joke. So I was talking about the Red Bull event that was happening in Battlefield 6, and the title of that episode last week was "This Yap Session is brought to you by Monster Energy." Now some people say like, it's Red Bull. How do you what was I saying? How do you confuse Red Bull with Monster? They're both different brands. Guys. If you listen for more than 15 minutes on that episode, you would understand that I never screwed up the brands. Like, yes, I was talking about the Red Bull thing, and I specifically said it's Red Bull, sponsored by Red Bull, paid by Red Bull, all that kind of stuff, while I'm drinking a Monster Energy drink while talking about this Red Bull event. I mentioned that clearly. Guys, it's a joke. It's a freaking joke, and I can't believe I have to explain this stupid joke. Guys, it's a joke, okay? That's the point. The point is like, oh, he's talking about Red Bull. The Red Bull has the Red Bull logo in the podcast, but he's talking about Monster and everything. Like, guys, I mentioned that like 15 minutes in the podcast. I'm drinking Red Bull while talking about the Red Bull event. It's not that deep. It was a joke, okay? Alright, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, guys, chill. Let's focus about something more serious than that. It was a joke, alright? Chill. It's like, I can't make jokes anymore because people are gonna lose their shit without, like, they just don't need fuck context, I guess. It's just like, I'm just saying, everything I do on this show, it's for a reason. Everything I do in terms of artwork, in terms of the talking and everything happens for a reason. I don't do this willy-nilly. I don't just go like, oh yeah, how's the brand called? Red Bull or Monster? They're both the same. No, we don't do that here. People, stop. Okay, anyway, let's talk about Battlefield quickly. And speaking of Monster, I do have a Monster can here. If you see it on camera. For audio listeners, I'm literally holding a Monster energy drink can, and it's called Viking Berry. It's just a berry monster drink, basically. Anyway, as I was saying, so the next plan for this episode and the next episode is this. So the patch notes are very meaty. That is going on with Season 2, Stage 3. So we're not getting a new map, but there's a first ever operations mission, game mode, whatever you want to call it, is coming back with this Season 2, Stage 3 event. Anyway, Hunter Prey, that's what it's called, right? Anyway, the last stage of Season 2, right? So the last month before we go to Season 3. The patch notes are very meaty. They're really meaty. It's not really about the content. It's mostly about the quality of life stuff, like the netcode, the audio, some quality of life stuff happening in the RedSec. There's lots of things happening, and next week I will not have that much time to play that much. I will play, but there was like stuff happening during the week that I will barely have any time to like absorb properly everything and experience everything in a timely manner. So, and I don't think I want to talk about that on the next podcast, on the next episode. So, this is what I'm going to do. For this, next week, instead of doing Hunter Prey impressions with the Season 2 Stage 3 impressions, if everything goes according to plan, me and Andreas will go on the podcast. If you guys been listening for a while, you know who Andreas is. And you know how much he loves Hardline. We'll do a Hardline retrospective video for next week. And after that, we'll do the impressions for Hunter Prey Season 2 Stage 3 impressions. What I don't know. I don't even know called Hunter Prey, I guess. Let's call it that. I'm sorry if you hear something on the mic. I hit it. So that's the plan. So if everything goes according to plan, me and Andreas will have a next episode. We talk about Battlefield Hardline retrospective. We're just gonna play a bit of Hardline before recording, and we'll talk about it because the servers are shutting down soon. And then next week we're gonna talk about the impressions for this last month of the season, because I'm traveling a little bit next week. I have also some guests coming over, so there will be barely any time for me to experience everything properly. and I don't want to give you a very uninformed show or opinion. So that's the plan. Next week we'll try to do a retrospective for Hardline, and after that we'll do the impressions. We'll give me 2 weeks to have a proper impression of the changes they did with this game. So that's the plan. So hopefully it goes according to plan. Hopefully nothing's gonna go bad or anything. But yeah, I just want you guys let you inform, so none of you gonna be confused or angry next week. Like, where's the impressions for Hunter Prey? Where's the impressions for Operations? All that kind of stuff. Guys, chill. So I'm gonna mention this in the next episode too. So for the new listeners or whatever, don't get confused. It's just because there's loads of things happening, and I will need a bit more time to experience all the quality life stuff they will be adding with this update, which is already live as you listen to this podcast. So just give me a bit more time to experience everything so I can give you a proper informed opinion about all of this. And we can have a proper, decent discussion about all that. And until then, we're just gonna talk about Hardline, because Hardline servers are shutting down soon on console. So it's just, and we never did it on this show. So, and Andreas loves Hardline, and I hate Hardline. So maybe we can have a really interesting, nice discussion about a game that has mixed feelings in the Battlefield community. So that's the plan. Anyway, so let's talk about the stuff that is important. And the first thing I want to a quick mention of the SMG thing that happened in the last week. Okay, so just a quick mention of this. So there's a new SMG that came out a month ago. It's the Scorpion. It's called CZ something. I don't know. It's a SMG that came out a week ago, right? When I say a month ago, so it was announced a month ago with, hey, new weapon is coming out, right? It came out, but you were not able to unlock the weapon until week 3 of the mini battle pass in the stage 2 of the season 2. So basically, hey, stage 2 of season 2 is live, new weapons and everything, but you can't unlock the new weapon until week 3 because you did not have enough weeklies to complete in 2 weeks or whatever the case may be. So you need to wait 3 weeks to unlock all the SMG, right? Fucking annoying. You can't say the new weapon is out when you can't even unlock it. You can buy the weapon, sure, but you can't unlock it. So that was so fucking scummy and stupid. That pissed me off. But what gets to me even more, it's like, okay, the mini battle pass is done. It's over. And we're in the last week of this. Well, we were in the last week of the stage 2 of season 2. If you never played Battlefield 6 during this time, or you had no time to finish the main battle pass because reasons, life happens. There's no way for you to unlock the SMG if you haven't played the game during the mini battle pass. What's happening? So let's say you log it in literally 4 weeks after the SMG came out, and you can't unlock it. There's no challenge, no nothing, just well, it sucks to be you. You have to wait until season 3 or whatever so you can get the challenge. Now here's the thing. I don't know with this update that is live right now, because I'm recording this on the 11th of April. I'm recording this on Saturday. I don't know if there's a challenge now to unlock the weapon now. But if there's no challenge to unlock the weapon now, that's fucked up. But if there is, it's a bit annoying that you have to wait a month to unlock the weapon, but at least the challenge is there, finally. But if it's still not there, a month later, after the mini battle pass is done, it's still not there, and you have to wait until season 3 to unlock it, that's extremely fucked up. Extremely fucked up. And that's so stupid on many different levels that I don't even want to even talk about it too much about it, because it's just so stupid. It's so greedy and so dumb and everything. I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion. Probably not. As soon as the mini battle pass is over, the where you unlock the SMG 3 weeks later after it came out, but hey, whatever. After that thing is done, you should be able to unlock the gun instantly with a challenge just ready to go from the get-go. As soon as the mini battle pass is over, the next second there should be a challenge for you to able to unlock the weapon in some shape or form. Like, not by buying it, or whatever the case may be, by doing a challenge, or whatever. It's a bit annoying challenge, maybe, but who cares? You can unlock it. That's the point. And if there's no challenge instantly as soon as that mini battle pass criteria is done, you fucked up. So I don't know if this update introduced it, but oh no, I have no idea. But yeah, I hope it's in this update. If it's not, my god, I'm gonna complain on the next episode in the impressions thing. So yeah, it's so fucked up. Anyway, let's move on to something more important. Season 2, third stage of the season, whatever, I don't know. Like, Hunt or Prey, that's what it's called. Alright, Hunt or Prey. So, patch notes. So, this is not patch notes reading podcast. I never usually read patch notes for you, and I won't do it this time either. Especially when the patch notes are already live. You know, the update is already live. The stage 3 of season 2 is already up as you listen this in the public feeds. There's no point for you to read the patch notes, but I do want to mention some things that are in these patch notes that kind of make me excited, kind of makes me a little bit positive about everything. You know, about like it's good news for once. So, and I hope update did not break anything, and the update is good, well and good, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so we don't have a new map coming with this update, but we do have a new game mode, I guess. Returning game mode from previous games, and that previous was literally in Battlefield 1. It's called Operation Augur, and it's basically operations from Battlefield 1. Now, when I'm like I said, I'm recording this on the 11th of April. I haven't played it yet, but I'm kind of excited to see how that's gonna work, because I rather have operations over regular breakthrough. Regular breakthrough is just brain dead to me, and if you've been listening to this for this podcast for a really long time, you know my opinions about breakthrough. You probably know Ray's opinions about breakthrough. Ray loves breakthrough. I fucking hate breakthrough, and some people love breakthrough, and that's fine. But for me, I just think it's brain dead. So I'm kind of curious how that's gonna work. So I'm really looking forward how that's gonna look. They improve the progression. So basically, they say the weapon and vehicle XP are now earned through active use alongside kills and assists. So you can basically have the weapon in your hands, don't get a kill ever in the match, and you will level up the weapon in some shape or form. Now, of course, kills and assists will speed that up tremendously for obvious reasons. But across multiplayer, Battle Royale, and Gauntlet, it's basically all time-based. And as long as you have the weapon in your hands, and you do some, you know... Sorry, I burped as I was drinking that monster. As long as you have the weapon in your hands, you will progress with the level and everything. And I've seen some people say, like, oh yeah, you basically can achieve mastery with this weapon without firing a bullet ever. Now, technically, that's correct to this patch notes. Yeah, that's true. That's correct. But at the same time, I'm thinking, okay, when I was talking about this like, I don't know, 7 episodes ago, maybe. I don't know, couple episodes ago. I was talking about the interview from the developers when they say like, oh yeah, we came back to the gameplay, like in Battlefield ethos about progression. You know, we want people to earn their badges and showcase and showboat to do like, hey, look what I can do with this weapon and so on. Which is seems great on paper, but when in reality, achieving mastery, you know, the elite badge in Battlefield 6 means nothing. It literally means nothing, because you can't showcase that to anyone. Yes, you can put on your profile, but who the fuck watches looks at your profile? You know, they have to get out of the way to go to your profile and see all the badges. And that's in the menu. And then outside the menu, when you play the game, and let's say end of the round or in game or whatever the case may be, you can't see the player's cards, the banner's card, whatever the case may be, unless you finish in the top squad. And the badges are so minimal, and you could barely tell what kind of badge it is when it comes to like just looking at it from a because it's a smaller screen and all that kind of stuff. Like, there's no way to showboat your achievements with the particular weapon or vehicle, because the game is not designed for that. The game is not designed to showboat in any shape or form. Like, the social aspect of Battlefield 6 is so minimal and lackluster, it doesn't matter. At this point, 6 months later after the game's release, I don't want to talk about progression. Like, me talking about progression right now is a waste of fucking time, because I don't want to talk about it. It's just pointless. Just give me that attachment at this point. I don't give a damn. Like, I don't give a damn if the person that doesn't have to get a kill and achieve mastery. Like, is it stupid and too long and whatever the case may be, and someone might do it? Fine, who gives a fuck? It has no meaning. The mastery of the weapons in Battlefield 6 mean nothing. You don't get cool skins, you don't get any cool camos, you don't get any cool weapon packages or blueprints, whatever you want to say if you're from Call of Duty. You don't get anything cool for achieving mastery with this gun. You get nothing, absolutely nothing. So who cares? And I'm so beyond caring about all this stuff. It's just like, just give me the attachments for all the guns. I don't care. Unlock it for me. I don't give a damn. And if I play the weapon to unlock some sort of camo that I like and everything, but even though big chance I won't, sure, I'll play with the weapon because I enjoy the weapon and I will unlock the camo, wherever the case may be, right? Even though that's never the reason why I even play with a particular weapon in the first place. But that's how I feel. So I don't give a damn at this point. It's great they actually making progression easier. Great. Because I think majority of people that stop playing Battlefield 6, it's mostly because the progression was fucking shit. I think that's safe to say that that was the majority, number one problem for a lot of people when it comes to Battlefield 6. The progression. So, I'm glad this update fixes that. And we'll see how it is. And hopefully it's smooth and nice and everything, and we'll never talk about progression ever again. Now, rewards for the progression and all that kind of stuff, we can talk about that. When it comes to just unlocking attachments, I hope this is done. I hope this is a done deal. We'll never talk about this ever again. Hopefully. Battle Royale and Godlet stuff. Loot flow has been updated, strike packages and armor plates. Okay, so they basically added new strike packages for the characters, and so you can just call in more ammo, you can call in more plates, which is great. And apparently they updated the loot flow and all that kind of stuff. Apparently you can open the cases faster. Great, that's fine. My still number one problem thing, while I was talking about the last I think it was last episode I talked about. Yeah, it was the last episode I talked about this. Last episode I talked about, did they mean about is it just a box landing with more plates, or you can get like something to carry more plates? And this was they talked about what they meant was the case. So you can drop more ammo on yourself and pick up. Great, but I can't carry more plates. For me personally, the number of plates we have is never been a problem. At least for me and my teammate Monkey. For us, it's never been a problem. Yes, in endgames, when we're like, maybe in certain cases, but that's not because there's plenty of plates everywhere in a sense. But I would love to carry more plates. And I was talking about, can we have like a vest or something where we can get from mission rewards, so we can carry more plates? That would be great. Instead of dropping another box with more plates, another box with more plates, I don't give a damn. If I can't carry more, I can't carry more. I would like to carry a bit more with a special vest that I can unlock from missions, and I said the missions rewards are stupid. So that's that. Alright, so let's go on with the... Oh yeah, they talked about improving the netcode, the audio and everything. Like incoming hit audio is now clearer, rapid damage is easy to read. Projectile and tracer behavior is more consistent. That's great. That's, like I said, that's one I want to give a bit more time to play this update instead of just play for a day and then like talk about it. No, I want to give some time, absorb everything with this update, and then give you a proper feedback. proper discussion if this is good or bad, or is there any improvement, or absolute dog shit. So that's that. Oh, defibrillators, this update, you can't spam them anymore. They have a charge thing, so like previous Battlefield games, like you in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, you could just like, you had to like charge them and then use it. And it was like, you can't spam it, like you can't just which you can do in Battlefield 6. But with this update, you can't anymore. You have like 3 charges, and those charges you have to like give it like a second or two to recharge. So it kind of slows down the medic train stuff that is happening with Battlefield 6. At first I was like, why do you do this? Why this is pointless? Like it just like it makes the revives even worse. But then I had the time to think about it. I'm like, yeah, okay, I see the vision I kind of see the vision. So for me, as a medic, which I play as support in Battlefield 6, when I play multiplayer, well, speaking of, I played Battlefield 6 multiplayer recently. Jesus Christ, that was a horrible experience. Not because of the game, it's horrible. It's just the teammates and everything, and the time to kill. Just like, oh my god, it's just like, because I've been playing RedSec all the time now, and just experiencing like the fast TTK and the garbage teammates in my team. I was like, oh, I need to win 3 conquest games, for the weekly, even though I don't have to do this anymore, but I just do it, fuck it, XP. I can't win 3 games of conquest because I get matchmake with fucking teammates that are just so fucking brain dead. I'm like, oh, Jesus. So I know someone said, like, there's a, someone doing a conspiracy theory that there's a skill-based matchmaking, but it's not really a skill-based matchmaking. It's like a balance that puts all the good players on both teams, and both teams get shit players and all that kind of stuff. And it's never really that accurate. I don't know if that's the case. If that's how the matchmaking works, boy, it's fucking shit. Oh my god. I played like 4 matches, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, of Battlefield 6. Just like, I haven't played Battlefield 6 multiplayer for God knows how long. I haven't played for a while. And I play and find like, oh, this is horrible. Holy shit. My teammates are shit. Oh my god, we've been destroyed, like 700 tickets to 0. I'm like, yeah. And of course, I'm like in the top 3, top 2, whatever, in the scoreboard. I'm like, I'm done, man. I'm so fucking done. I'm not winning those 3 games because the game thinks I can carry my fucking dead teammates, like dead weight, to victory. I'm like, no. No. So that was a horrible experience, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good, man, I'm good. I don't really care about that XP, that weekly. I don't care. Just like, I'm done. So that's annoying. But yeah, going back on the revive thing, I play a support. For me, it doesn't affect me personally because it's like whatever, because I will still revive and recharge my paddles and everything. But for shit teammates that don't do revives and everything, yeah, well, I guess it's just gonna make them worse, so I don't know. Anyway, of course, menu challenges, loadouts, and end of the round screens got apparently updated, all that kind of stuff, so that's great. Portal stuff got changed and everything, so that's great. So anyway, long story short, I'm not gonna talk about this patch too much today, just because I want to experience this patch myself. Oh yeah, Battle Pass bonus path is coming, all that kind of stuff. And again, next. In 2 weeks, I'm gonna talk about my impressions. I'll have time to observe this properly, and we'll see how it goes. So because there's a lot of stuff happening that will make the game will make better, will make some change. Like it will change the game for the better as long as the update is not fucking broken. And hopefully the audio, for example, is not disappearing or whatever the case may be, how like it was last patch. So I'm glad they added the footsteps back in the last update. So that's great. So don't remove them. As long as the patch is in a good state and the patch notes do as they say, which will make hit registration, networking, netcode and the quality of life stuff and everything much better. Great. Fantastic. That's all we need before Season 3. Just make the game better at this point. I don't really care about the extra map because I barely play multiplayer anyway. I play mostly RedSec. And I rather have quality life improvements, the game getting better before I get new map, all that kind of stuff, right? So let's hope that the stage three of this season, of season 2, is there to improve the game, and I hope the patch notes are not lying, and the game is in a good condition, and we're all happy and everything, and in 2 weeks, I will tell you how fucking amazing Battlefield 6 is right now. One can only hope. So, yeah. So that's the patch notes and everything, and the update is already live as you're listening to this. So let's talk about the leaks and all that kind of stuff. The exciting part, right? Let's talk about that. And before we continue with Season 3 leaks and everything else that we're excited about, I just want to say thank you. If you're still listening to this right now, just, to this show, to this episode, still listening, you didn't click away, or you came back and continue to listen, I want to say thank you. Thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for engaging with us. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much. And if you really, really enjoy the show, I really recommend to join our Patreon, patreon.com/TheLankySoldier, so you can get early access to future episodes. You can get extra episodes, the 60 plus episodes that you can listen. So we're talking about minimum 80 hours of listening, something like when you're done listening to this episode. $2 or $5, get all the extra episodes, get early access, listen to everything we have to offer, listen to Lanky Uncensored, which is a somewhat brand new show where I talk about everything that is on my mind, really. So if I don't say something on this show, I usually say on that episode, on that show that is on Patreon. And we have extra videos that like an hour long. Then we have other extra stuff like behind the scenes. So if you really enjoy the show, guys, if you really enjoy everything we have to offer, subscribe to Patreon, please. At least join as a free member, and your name will feature at the end, like nicely saying that you support us. Just join as a free member or support us, because all your financial support does help us to keep the show going. It keeps me motivated to keep the show, going on a weekly basis. So thank you guys so much for everything. Your support means a lot to us. So subscribe to Patreon. It just helps us out with everything, and you get extra content. I don't want you to throw money at us. I want you to get something out of it. So if you subscribe, you're gonna get consistent content on a regular basis, and you just support us. Like, it just helps us, in the long run. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for everything. Let's continue with the rest of the conversation. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. That's again, Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Or everything's under the link. It's in the description. Just click on the link and you're good. Thank you guys so much for everything. Let's continue with the rest of the conversation. Alright, let's talk about the good stuff, the exciting stuff. Season 3 leaks. So, before I continue, all the leaks are coming from Battlefield Labs, naturally. If you're new here, go listen to episode 74, where I talk about NDA, Battlefield Labs, all that kind of stuff, and how I find NDA for Battlefield Labs absolutely stupid and nonsense and everything. Just like, listen to that episode, because I will not talk about it on this episode because it's pointless. Go listen to that episode. Full on hour me talking about why everything they do with Battlefield Labs right now just doesn't make any sense on a grand scale of things. NDA is dumb. Go listen to that episode. And I'm not part of Battlefield Labs. So whatever's being leaked, I can talk about. Because fair play. Hey, my Chinese friends that leaking the build of Battlefield Labs and showing me all the stuff that's coming in Season 3. Great. It's on them, not me. So I talk about it, Whatever. And I remember David Sterling, for example. I love you, David. I love you. You're an amazing person and everything. But when some people ask, why can we, play Battlefield Labs? God defeats the purpose. And like, oh yeah, you sign up. You should be getting more invites right now and everything. And of course, when you check your email, majority of people still don't have invites for Battlefield Labs. And God knows how they pick their people for Battlefield Labs. It's just pointless. And so, such a stupid thing to say, because I think it was such a stupid thing to say. And I love Sterling and everything, but I think he did a boo-boo here. So, yeah, Battlefield Labs is just, the existence, how they do Battlefield Labs, it just makes no sense in my head. But it makes sense from a corporate point of view, which is usually a really dumb reason, because no one benefits from this except, well, actually no one, not even, not even the marketing department can even benefit from this, because it's so fucking dumb. meeting KPIs and everything. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about this. Listen to episode 74 where I talk about the Battlefield Labs and NDA, all that kind of stuff. So I'll talk about that. And before I even again continue, I should stop making predictions for this game, because the development of this game makes no sense to me anymore. And let's talk about the biggest leak from them all. It's the Golmud Railway remake for Battlefield 6. So Golmud Railway is coming back to Battlefield 6. It's a complete remake for Battlefield 6. And let me say this. So when they announced that Golmud Railway is being remade for Battlefield 6 back in January or February, whenever they announced it, it was pretty recent, right? It was already with Season 2, right? It was with Season 2 they announced like, oh, Golmud Railway is coming back to Battlefield 6. And the way they made it sounded like the game, they just only now start working on it. Maybe like a month in, like it's just like the production is just a month in. And there was a content creator that slipped like, hey, yeah, he didn't say it in those words, but I'm paraphrasing, reading between the lines, because they playtested Golmud Railway just like a month or two ago. There was a white box level, and when I say white box level, it's literally just like no textures, it's just a blocky layout of the map to determine if it flows well in terms of gameplay. And they playtested that. It was on Battlefield Labs. It was a private playtest, between content creators and certain people they picked, because, free playtesters, why not, right? They'll do it, right? They'll do it for free. So that's what they were going for. So they did playtest the map in a white box level, and I was predicting this map is not coming out until September as the earliest, because to make maps, especially for Battlefield games, 5-6 months, that's a very fast production, because it takes months to make. Like 5-6 months, that's already pretty fast. For example, one of the guys that made Sobek City, for example, new Sobek City for Battlefield 6, he made the map in like 5 months, and it's the most brutal, horrible experience he ever had. He basically wanted to commit suicide after working on. Like, he's proud what he achieved in those 5 months, but he's like, Jesus fucking Christ, I hate this. So working on the map in 5-6 months, like from scratch to full release, it's a very fast turnaround. Like 5-6 months, it's very fast. So just the fact that we hear about Golmud right now, that was announced January, February, right? And it's coming out in Season 3, literally 2 months after announcement, basically 2 months after announcement. Like, so wait, how long have you been working on this map? There's no way. If the white box level of the map was literally just a month ago or two, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can update the pictures and everything, but just like, how fast are you working on this map? And how many, like, that's why it doesn't make any sense to me that Golmud is coming so fast. Because I was like, yeah, September sounds like a reasonable timeline for a map that was made from scratch. And it's coming out next month. It's just basically 3-4 months of production. Is that the impression we're getting? Or did they already start working on this back in November, December? Maybe we have like 5-6 months. Like, and that's if we're lucky. That's if we're lucky that they started like 5 or 6 months. And I already said that 5-6 months is a very high turn. Like, it's a really fast production though. And Golmud Railway we're getting next month. Huh. So this tells me one thing. That they all hands on deck on this. Whatever plans they had for Season 3 or Season 4 or whatever, that shit it got put to the background for now. And they're literally all hands on deck on Season 3. Every developer they have, they're literally working on this season. Crunching their asses off to make sure this is getting released as soon as possible. In a sense, I kind of get what they're coming from, but at the same time, I'm worried. And we'll talk about how the map looks in a moment, but I'm low-key worried that Golmud or the Season 3 might not do well or might be problematic for whatever reason is. Like, that's the impression I'm getting. Because if we're rushing this really fast, we're rushing this to be out as soon as Season 3. Now, that doesn't mean Golmud is going to come out next month, because it could be a month later when the season starts, because, like, hey, you get a new map in May, and you're going to get Golmud in June, or whatever, right? That can also happen. Or it can be, there's a rumor maybe saying maybe we can get 3 maps this season, which I can't, this next season. I can't doubt we're going to get 3 maps, but if we're getting 3 maps, maybe we're going to get Golmud in July. So if we're getting Golmud in July, okay, maybe I can see the reasoning here, because that way you get like 6-7 months of production. I can see that. But this basically tells me that, hey, they're all hands, like all decks on hand, just to make sure the Season 3 is in good condition and we have content and everything. That's every developer they're crunching their ass off to make sure that Season 3 is perfection. That's the impression I'm getting. So that's why I'm glad my prediction was wrong, but at the same time, now I'm kind of worried. Kind of worried that this might not go well as it seems like it. But seems like we're getting Golmud Railway, whether it be on launch or later, in Season 3. I think that's already established fact. That being said, how does Golmud look right now in Battlefield Labs, after all the leaks and all that kind of stuff? Well, from everything I've seen, if you never told me this is Golmud Railway, I could not tell. In a good way. I could not tell this is Golmud Railway. Remove the train track, and you rename the map into something else. I could not tell that's Golmud Railway. And the reason why I say you could not tell it's Golmud Railway, because it doesn't have what I expected in Golmud Railway. So, when you select a soldier before the match starts, and you see the map in the background, that looks like Golmud. That's like the 100% Golmud from 2014 Battlefield 4, but just updated graphics. Cool. But when you play the game, like when you actually play Battlefield 6 on Golmud Railway, and you see how the map looks, I could not fucking tell it's Golmud Railway. And that's a good thing, because people when people say, well, when they announced they're gonna bring Golmud, people were like, oh no, that Golmud from Battlefield 4, open area, boring colors and everything, is like, why this map? Infantry is gonna have a horrible time. This is a tank jerk-off session, or whatever the case may be, or the vehicle. It's a vehicle map, a very vehicle heavy map, and all kind of stuff. People really got worried. And from the playtest I've seen, they're like, loads of added cover, loads of terrain, loads of elevation, loads vertical and all that kind of stuff. The A and B flags are completely redesigned. Like they use in Battlefield 6 assets, of course. It's not complete remake of Golmud. If you ask me, this is a brand new map entirely. Like A and B flags, the village on the north side of the map, do not they don't look anything like the original Golmud from 2014, which is not a bad thing. But it's just like it has buildings with a 3-story building and everything. One of the skyscrapers there. It's not really a skyscraper, but it's like a 3-story building, because it's pretty high, right? The how the map is gonna work and how it's gonna play so much differently from the original Golmud. It's just insane. You can tell the technological advancements we had since Battlefield 4, since 2014, how much stuff we can put on the maps, on the playing field, on the location, and make it look good, all that kind of stuff. It's just like, I'm looking forward to people making comparison videos like original Golmud and the modern Golmud. I'm so looking forward to see the comparison videos, just like see how different it is. Because like I said, I could not recognize this as Golmud. And what surprised me is which I probably should have expected that. Like, of course, artists are gonna go on the map. It's like, yeah, how can I improve this map? So what they did, they added loads of greenery. When I say greenery, I'm talking like there's green grass, there's some like flowers and everything. It's like it looks like a somewhat real life beautiful location, and it's not just sand and there's desert or something like that like Battlefield 4. It has some, you know, character to it, and that's really exciting and fascinating. And we know that the Golmud Railway was like a mountainous area because you could see like the mountains in the background and everything. But in this version of Golmud, the mountains are so prevalent in this map. You just be on any location on the map, the mountains are fucking huge. Look, you can tell that this is a fucking mountain. You know, you can tell like oh shit, like that you can like you're surrounded by mountains on this new Golmud Railway. I'm like, oh wow. And there was a guy flying with a jet around Golmud. So the flying space on Golmud is much bigger. So that's great. So rejoice, pilots. You can actually have jet fights and everything, dogfights, and have plenty of space to maneuver between mountains and locations and everything. And it's just like when Madu goes really high in the air, it looks a bit fake because you have this nicely well designed map of Golmud, you know, the map itself, and then around the map there's only mountains and all big huge mountains. So it's like from the sky it looks like it's a paradise basically, like oh yeah, mountains and snow and everything, and then there's a nice little green patch in the middle of nowhere, just like oh there's a nice I don't know what, it's a lake or something like that. It has a lake there, so a nice little lake in the outbounds areas in one of the bases. It's like, and there's some greenery and the flowers and everything. I'm like, bruh, what is this paradise looking place? It's just kind of weird. That's what's gonna weird me out. Is because it's a paradise type of feeling to you. Like, so you have this mountainous area, in the middle of it is just like a nice paradise with greenery and everything, and nice buildings. And like, oh, where is this coming from? It looked weird from the sky. That's what I'm trying to say. It looked extremely weird from the sky. But yeah, I could not tell it's Golmud from the first get-go. Like remove the train track, change the name to something else, and I'm watching this footage like, yeah, I could not tell this is Golmud. There's no fucking way. After like maybe 5 minutes of watching the footage, like, oh, wait a minute. The layout is very familiar. That's the only thing that makes this is somewhat familiar with, is the layout, because at least you know what the flags are and everything. And there's a train, which is of course a bit updated. It has like 3 what's it called? They're not carriages. He has like 3-4 carriages, and he has Mokawa and everything. The sea flag with the moving train flag and all that kind of stuff. So that's great. So it like has Mokawa in there. But yeah, I could not tell that's Golmud from the get-go because it's just so different from the original Golmud in a good way. So yeah, like I said, I'm really looking forward to the comparisons. But from what I've seen and what I read, people are really happy with Golmud so far. Like the changes they did to the map and all that kind of stuff. I think this will be one of the fan favorite maps for Battlefield 6. And we've already been getting really good maps with the last 2 maps. Whether you love it or hate it, but they are good Battlefield 6 maps, and they're actually a good addition to the Battlefield 6 map pool. And Golmud is gonna be one of those maps like, yeah, I will not mind playing Golmud on a regular basis, because it works for all the playstyles in the game, and that's great. You know, you can play as infantry, you can play as tank, you can play as jet, and all that kind of stuff. And all of us can have fun and do well and all that kind of stuff. That's great. So yeah, I'm looking forward. But yeah, I said, I'm kind of surprised that it's coming in Season 3. I'm really flabbergasted it's coming in Season 3. That means basically, that's the impression I'm getting is that all hands on deck with this game. Every developer they're working on this update. Forget what's happening in Season 4, Season 5, whatever, or even Battlefield 7. Who gives a shit? We need as many people we can to make sure Season 3 delivers, has all the fucking maps, and there's a rumor that we might be getting 3 maps, which I will talk about in a moment. There's a rumor that we might be getting 3 maps. I don't know if that's whatever, but just the fact that they're pushing this so fucking hard to finish this as soon as possible. probably it's not a really nice experience right now inside the Battlefield studios, inside the studios, because they're crunching their ass off for this. They're really, really, really crunching their asses for this. But overall, I think the map looks good. I think Golmud looks really good, and yeah, I think it will be a fine addition for Battlefield 6. Now, some people say like, oh, the original Golmud is bigger than this Golmud because they did shrink this map a little bit. But I don't like comparison like that, because the way Battlefield 4 worked and the way Battlefield 6 worked, it's kind of hard to compare the sizes and the distances and everything, because there's such different games, and the way they work in terms of movement and the characters and everything, how the tanks work and how the jets work, all that kind of stuff. There are loads of stuff that makes the game. They can't be compared because they're not the same. So when you're comparing map sizes, yeah, this modern Golmud is a little bit smaller, which is per tradition with Battlefield 6. But that's because the way the game works is different from Battlefield 4. With Battlefield 4, you were pretty fast in terms of character movement, and Battlefield 6 is not the fastest game out there. Actually, one of the slowest, funny enough. Battlefield 6 is one of the slowest games from the whole Battlefield franchise. It's literally in the top 2 and slowest games in the franchise. And you can't really compare in terms of size. Like, yeah, Battlefield 4 Golmud is bigger. But that doesn't make any sense, because the game is not the same as Battlefield 6, right? So, from what I've seen, it's fine. It's fine. And let's go to the different leaks right now, so I want to mention quickly. So we talked about Golmud a little bit, and I mentioned that there's a rumor, or I don't know what to call it, that Season 3 will have 3 maps. So we get in Golmud in Season 3, I think that's already established and everything. Temporal went file digging. Now, he did say, this means nothing. God knows. This could be anything. It doesn't have to be for Season 3. It could be for Season 4, Season 5, whatever the case may be. It's just something they work in the background. It's in the files. So he went digging, and he found that there's 2 more maps, at least in the files. One of them is called Plaza, which is apparently inspired by Battlefield 3 Grand Bazaar. So Battlefield 3 is Grand Bazaar. If anyone played Battlefield 3 or Battlefield Hardline, you know Grand Bazaar. So he's not saying this is Grand Bazaar itself, but it's a map inspired by Grand Bazaar. So that's probably big. This is our probably next map for Season 3 with Golmud. Now there's another map called Isolated. But that one is a bit weird apparently to him, because it has kind of different tags and a different description. And the way it's being made feels different from your typical multiplayer map for Battlefield 6. Now, if it was for Battle Royale, it will be under the different tag, which is the Granite tag, because Granite is the internal code or the internal name for Battle Royale. So, like, is it for Battle Royale? Maybe, because that's what happened with the bunker for the RedSec, because it was a bit different. Like, maybe that's what. But he says no, it's a bit different. It's connected to some different tags and everything. It's not part of Granite, but it's not really part of Battlefield 6 multiplayer. So what is this? I'm gonna throw this conspiracy theory or this prediction, even though I said I'm not gonna do predictions anymore. Maybe it's ranked mode for multiplayer? Maybe it's ranked mode for Battlefield 6. And when I say ranked mode, I'm not talking about RedSec Ranked, because that already leaked. Speaking of, I'll mention that quickly today. Maybe it's ranked mode for Battlefield 6. Because I don't know what else it could be. Why the tags are different from multiplayer? It can't be for Portal, because Portal Portal is the whole game, so that's that. So that can't be for Portal. Can't have Portal will not have separate content. But if we're getting 2 maps for season 3. Was the 3rd map that is like this is being leaked. I'm gonna throw this away. Maybe it's a custom map, a separate design map for Battlefield 6 multiplayer ranked mode. So we're getting RedSec ranked mode. That's a thing. But maybe, just maybe, we're getting multiplayer too. That's my prediction. That's what I'm guessing. I'm calling it right now. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see if my prediction is gonna be right. But maybe it's ranked mode for Battlefield 6 multiplayer. It's a separate map made from probably whatever the map is, and the name isolated is, and it's just the name that it's so different. It's so isolated from multiplayer and RedSec, and the map name is isolated. It's just like, oh, so maybe it is a multiplayer ranked mode with a custom map made for ranked mode for 5-on-5, like Battlefield 1 Incursions had back in the day. Battlefield 1 Incursions had a remade map of was it Giant Shadow? It was basically that map, but it was remade with a different layout and a different mechanics and everything in Battlefield 1. But it was basically Giant Shadow, but it was remade Giant Shadow. We're using the assets to make sense for Battlefield 5 competitive, right? So that's what I'm thinking. That's what it is. It could be just a competitive map. Am I right? We have to wait and see. Yeah, but that's the leaks regarding the maps. So let's see if I'm right. Regarding the inspired Grand Bazaar map, and people are like, oh, we don't need more infantry maps. You know what? I don't really care. It's just like, give me Grand Bazaar. You know what? I don't give a damn. It's a Grand Bazaar remake. I don't give a fucking damn. Just give it to me. I don't care at this point. Just whatever. It's fine. Whatever. Like, a new map is a new map. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, hey, it's cool. So alright, let's talk about quick leaks about the weapons. Okay, so new weapons are coming with Season 3. M16A4, you heard that correctly, M16A4, RPKM, what's it called, L11 sniper rifle, and PP19 VTS weapon, SMG. So we have 4 new weapons coming with Season 3. M16A4 is the burst variant of M16A3. Now, from the leaks, it seems, you can make this weapon into a full automatic weapon with the attachment, so specific attachment to make this full auto. So technically, we'll have M16A3 back in Battlefield game after 15? Yeah, 15 years of absence, because did we had no, Battlefield 4. We had Battlefield 4. We did had we had M16A4 in Battlefield 4. Okay, all right. Wait, but it was not M16A3, which is people are more excited for. So we're getting M16A4 for Season 3, which makes a lot of people excited, even though it's a burst variant, but you can make it full auto with the attachment. And people gonna go like, oh wow, this is M16A3 basically, which gonna make a lot of people happy. Great. I'm okay with that. Bring fan favorite weapons. Perfect. RPK 74M apparently. Okay, it's RPK, whatever, I don't care. Apparently I heard that it's not the best weapon, like from the leaks. I heard it's not the best. It's kind of shit, like very accurate LMG, but barely does any damage. So it's gonna be like, another AK for carbine. They're like, okay, sure, that's a good. And L11 sniper rifle, L11 5A3. Apparently that's the name. It's basically, it was a Battlefield 4, and has a very fun real life story how this weapon was made. And I remember there was a clip about the 2 guys that made this weapon. It's like, please look up how this weapon was made for the British military back in the day, because it's such a hilarious story, a real life hilarious story how this weapon was made. But it was a fan favorite weapon, fan favorite sniper rifle in Battlefield 4. So I'm glad it's coming back. So that's fine. Like, hey, more sniper rifles. I don't mind, because maybe I'm gonna use this more sniper, because all the sniper rifles we have right now in the game are not enjoyable. Like I had to admit, I think I was enjoying the SV98 or whatever it's called right now in Battlefield 6, but then I kind of realized, no, I don't really enjoy it. And I'm not really enjoying I forgot what's the sniper rifle name, the starting assault rifle name. Not assault rifle, sniper rifle. Is it M11? I don't remember. It's one of the starting sniper rifles in the game, and I just don't enjoy those sniper rifles that much. Now there's the Mini Scout is there, but Mini Scout is good, but still it doesn't have that kick, right? It doesn't have that like cool reload, cool feeling, and everything. Like Mini Scout just feels like a pea shooter in a sense, even though it's a good pea shooter, don't get me wrong, but it's just like it doesn't have that kick, it doesn't have that aura, right? And L11 might have that aura, like again, oh yeah, you can tell this is a big boy sniper rifle that will fucking kill anyone from 100 meters or plus, right? Like it's like, oh yeah. So I hope that it's gonna give me that feeling. I hope. I can only hope it's gonna give me that feeling. But yeah, so these are the 4 weapons. Oh yeah, I forgot the PP19. So I don't remember what Battlefield game it was in. I think it was in Battlefield 3. Maybe it was. I remember PP19 VTS. I remember using this weapon in Modern Warfare 2 a lot. It was probably one of my favorite SMG in Modern Warfare 2. And when I say Modern Warfare 2, I'm talking about the recent one that came out 4 years ago. I kind of enjoyed it and kind of felt nice. So I hope it feels kind of the same thing in this game. Again, I don't remember which Battlefield game it was. Maybe it was in Battlefield 4. Maybe it was in Battlefield 3. I don't really remember. But I remember I barely used SMGs in those games anyway. So maybe let's hope it's like whatever. But yeah, these are the 4 guns that come in the game, and I think it's a good selection of guns. SMG, assault rifle, an LMG, and a sniper rifle. I think it's like the perfection. Like I don't think you can get more perfect in terms of like variety of weapons you can get in a season. I think that's fine. So looking forward to the sniper rifle more than the assault rifle, because I want a good sniper rifle in Battlefield 6. I kind of want something that just feels good, right? Feels good. Like the Kar 98 or SPR back from 2010 Modern Warfare. I want something that just makes me feel good about sniping. And so far, none of the snipers are really that feel good to me. But yeah. Alright, moving on. Okay, so I did mention about my prediction about the third map of maybe it's a multiplayer ranked mode map coming for Battlefield 6. But speaking of ranked mode did got leaked months ago for Battlefield 6 RedSec. And now we even have emblems for Battlefield RedSec ranked mode. Now, a lot of people will say, does Battlefield RedSec need a ranked mode? Yes, it does need a ranked mode. No matter how people bitch about RedSec or whatever the case may be, or why Battlefield 6 is not getting a ranked mode, or whatever the case may be, right? Listen, I already mentioned this before. I can't remember which episode was it, but I mentioned like, yeah, ranked mode is needed. And why Battlefield 6 multiplayer doesn't have ranked mode? Well, we don't have anything that could be considered a ranked mode for Battlefield 6. What kind of... Okay, so the key is like, what kind of game mode? Can't do domination. Don't have any competitive modes in Battlefield 6 that would be considered somewhat competitive. There's like nothing. You can't say conquest or whatever the case may be. Some people say like, I remember we had this conversation with Ray on the podcast like maybe 15 episodes ago. Like, why not just have conquest, like 32 players fighting each other? That's ranked. I'm like, Ray, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Boomer. Just like certain takes. I'm like, Ray, stop. So there's certain takes I heard are just stupid. So we don't have anything in Battlefield 6 multiplayer right now that would be considered a proper ranked mode, like a proper game mode that would be considered ranked, like competitive, right? There's nothing. If Isolated, this new third map, is indeed a competitive map with a game mode that is competitive, sure. But anyway, what we're talking about here is RedSec Ranked. That got leaked a couple of months ago, but now we have emblems. And emblems look pretty cool. And I know that people criticize them, like people so far have seen them, And I don't know how I could describe those emblems to you guys, but they're very simplistic. I should have opened it before. Here we go, found it. I should have opened them like before recording. But so basically, it has 7 tiers. The whole RedSec ranked mode has 7 tiers, and each tier has 5 divisions. So you can have, let's say, Bronze 1, Bronze 2, Bronze 3, Bronze 4, and Bronze 5, right? And I don't know the names for these tiers, because it has like, one has like a like washed out gold, green maybe, very yellow logo. Then you have bronze, then you have silver. They're probably not connected properly here, but whatever. Then you have like a gold one, obviously. Then you have some sort of like platinum blue one or diamond. Then you have a pure white one, and you have a red one, which is probably the elite one. It's called elite, and it's basically a little, I don't know what to call it, badges. It's a very vertical logo with some wings on top and star, and depending on which division you are in, like, so let's say you're gold, right? That you can be in from 1 to 5 division, and the emblem represents in which division you are. So the emblem will showcase that you're gold and which division you are. They're pretty simple designs for ranked mode, but it works. It's fine. It's just a color and a design for the logo, which doesn't have to be deep, doesn't have to be something extra, something extravagant or whatever. Just as long as it tells you what rank you are, what division you are in, and all that kind of stuff, that's all it matters. That's all we need. What they need to put the effort in regarding ranked mode is the rewards. The rewards are more important than these emblems showcasing your rank. That's fine. I kind of like the simplicity of these and how they can be interchangeable regarding on the tier and all that kind of stuff, and you can change, it's simple. It's interchangeable design to every rank and every division. It's great. That's fine. But the rewards of playing ranked is what more important than these logos. If the rewards are shit, do you really want to play ranked? Not really. So there should be cool soldier skins representing your rank in the game, or at least showcasing the highest rank you ever achieved with, in this game. Oh, sorry, I burped again. Some cool blueprints, camos. When I say blueprints, weapon packages. Some cool weapon packages, some cool camos, some cool emblems, cool banners, and everything. It has to be such a cool thing that is worth grinding for. The rewards must be on point. If the rewards are not on point, what's the point grinding ranked? Now you can always say, grinding for the experience. Yes, but you want a cool reward for grinding that, right? So I hope the RedSec Ranked mode will have cool rewards for you to showcase, literally showboat, like one of the developers said many months ago. Some cool skins, cool, characters, whatever it gives me. Some cool shit to showcase, like, yeah, this player is some sweat in a good way, right? The rewards need to be on point. So, and from what I've seen so far from the leaks, the RedSec Ranked is gonna work the same way as basically every battle royale at this point, except Fortnite for some reason. Fortnite has their own type of way of calculating skill and all, but the typical one is basically Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone. It's basically the same way. It's like, so you get points by placement and kills, and the higher you go into the ranks, the higher entry fee you have entering those ranks. So let's say you're elite, one of the best players in the world, right? You get like an entry fee of, I don't know, minus 50, right? So your entry fee to play this match is 50 points. So that means you have to accumulate 50 points in that match and maybe even win the game just to break it even, or get some points, a little bit, because you have to hit the plateau in some shape or form. Like, you can't just have additive plus, points. Or just because you play good doesn't mean you're just gonna get like rank up points non-stop until you have 10,000 points and no one can catch up with you in the long run or something like this, right? So it kind of the same system as Apex Legends and Call of Duty Warzone. If you play those modes, you know how it's gonna work. You're gonna feel extremely familiar with the system. So Battlefield RedSec is doing the same system as those games. So if you played ranked mode in any of these games, you'll feel just like at home. It's just nothing's different. Like same process, same idea, same concept, right? So the better you play, the bigger entry fee you have to play the match, and you have to play well to make sure your entry fee is not a minus, but it's a plus. So you get more points. So you start at 0, then you have your entry fee minus 10, then minus 20, minus 30, minus 40, and so on until you in the highest ranks and so on. And the point is for every player to hit some sort of plateau. So that's the point. And I'm gonna do a separate episode just talking about ranked, but it's just that's how it works. There was something else I wanted to mention. Forgot. Oh yeah, apparently it's only squads only, which I'm not a fan of. Should be trios. Trios, I think, is the best number when it comes to competitive first-person battle royale modes. It works well in Warzone. I think it will work well in Battlefield RedSec. I think it would work really well with trios. I don't know why they're afraid of trios. I don't understand. Squads is very chaotic. So that means, like, me and Monkey are playing. We have to matchmake with 2 more idiots to play ranked mode. And in a sense, it kind of gives us more chances to progress higher. Because that means other teams will deal with the same bullshit. They will deal with shitty teammates. And they'll be disorganized, all that kind of stuff. So there will be some disorganization. Because if it's happening with us, that means it's happening with other squads too. But at the same time, why we have to have this disorganization in the first place? Make it trios. Let us, like me and Monkey, matchmake with some rando. If he's good, we'll invite him to the squad. If he's not, that's fine. We can get another one. But if there's 2 idiots, 2 dum-dums in ranked, and they're basically dragging us down because of their stupid decisions, make it trios. Squads is a bit chaotic. It's gonna be too hard to be organized in ranked mode, and it's not gonna be good. Ranked mode's supposed to be organized, straight to the point, somewhat predictable, like the routine and everything, because it's a competitive mode. With squads, you can't really achieve that routine. 4 individuals with their own ideas and everything, it's just very hard and stupid, and it's not gonna be enjoyable. Please, so any developer listening to this, make it trios, please. Don't make it squads. Please don't make Battlefield RedSec ranked mode into squads. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Okay, let's move on to the last, just miscellaneous stuff that I found in the leaks. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you 5 more minutes, just because I need to go actually to do some stuff. So there's a new setting that is coming in Season 3. It's called Dispersion setting? Dispersion ADS or something like that? Or is it just dispersion setting? Anyway, so if you enable that setting, the game will tell you that how big the bloom is on your gun. So I'm guessing the way it works, it's basically a circle around your reticle in the middle of the middle of the screen, and the bigger bloom you have, the reticle becomes bigger, and when you have less bloom, let's say you stop firing for a moment, the circle in the middle of the screen is just gonna get smaller. So I understand that's how it works. That's the way I understand it works. And that's how it works. That's great. I think that's a pretty neat feature. Well, I will enable that because it basically tells me at what level my bloom is, and it will kind of make it things easier to understand how weapons work. Because sometimes they don't make sense in a sense. Like the bloom sometimes gets really annoying and all that kind of stuff. It's just like so annoying. But if there's a setting that literally has a circle around my reticle and tells me how big my bloom is, I think that's kind of cool. If it works the way it's supposed to work, I presume that's how it works, because that's what I would do if I was a developer. So hopefully hopefully it works. So, like, okay, that kind of cool setting. So I hope it's actually good. So yeah, there's nothing else to say. I hope it sounds really cool. So I hope it works as it's supposed to. They're adding sprays. So if you play Modern Warfare 2019 and the recent Call of Duty games, the I think was it with Black Ops 6, I think. So Modern Warfare 2018. Let's say with that. And there's already footage of someone using the spray. So in Battlefield 6, you will be able to have sprays. So you have to like go on your interact section, the social menu, whatever, and you just click on the spray, and your character literally sprays, art on the wall or whatever you're pointing at, and so on. So apparently it works on every surface except the terrain, which is why she work on everything, if you ask me. That's my opinion. But I guess it's a technical limitation they have to deal with. So I'm guessing that's a technical limitation. But because they are adding sprays 6-7 months later after the game came out, they're adding new cosmetic types for this game. Basically tells me, yeah, like what I've been saying for the last year. Basically, Battlefield 6 basically is a stopgap year. It's basically a game to develop the technology for the next game, and Battlefield 7 will have all of this from the get-go. And the Battlefield 6 is basically just like, okay, let's get our shit together and work on some technology and everything. Let's implement Battlefield 6 and just perfect it as much as we can, so we can have this for the next game. That's the idea I'm getting. So just because they're adding a new cosmetic type of thing in Battlefield 6-7 months later, that's fascinating to me. I didn't realize they had it in them. That's the thing. Like, that kind of features I would imagine will be it for the next game. But because they're adding this for this game, that means they're really trying their best to rebuild the technologies they have to make sure that it's available for the next game. And that being said, that means that whenever the next Battlefield game is, whatever RedSec is doing, maybe I am right. Maybe nothing is gonna be deleted from the game, and maybe we'll transfer to the next version of Battlefield 7, right? Like everything you earned in Battlefield 6 maybe will be transferred to Battlefield 7, whatever the case may be. Maybe, I don't know. But kind of cool idea to speculate and so on. But yeah, just because they're adding a new type of cosmetic in Battlefield 6, so what else they can add? Like, what else they're working in the background that maybe will improve Battlefield 6? Maybe, just maybe. I mean, hear me out. Maybe we can have soldier customization in 6 months. Maybe, I don't know. Just like, finally we can buy. No, I don't think it will happen. It's a very hard undertaking, I have to admit, even for that team. But like, just maybe we can have something, cool that will improve the game to complete new levels and just keep going and improving the game for many, many years until we have Battlefield 7, maybe 3-4 years. Maybe, just maybe, I don't know. 2028, maybe we'll get Battlefield 7 and just like, yeah, like the full package. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, I'm glad they're adding that, just because that means they're willing to add something new to the game that is technically they don't supposed to, but they want to, because they realize like, okay, maybe we can improve something, like just to make it a bit something more entertaining. And people say like, oh, it's like Call of Duty. Stop, just stop, stop. Yeah, but sprays. Yeah, that's happening. That's funny. And there was some outcry from people like, oh, there are no naval maps from Season 3. I think we already established the fact, like, anyone with common sense knew that Season 3 is not going to get any naval maps. And, oh, speaking of that, there was a mention of platoons. So maybe we can finally have platoons. I don't think it's happening for Season 3. Maybe, fuck knows. But all hands on deck. I already have platoons, so hopefully we can have platoons in Battlefield 6 next season. But if it's not, whatever. No naval maps or whatever. Like, yeah, I think that was kind of obvious. That's not coming until autumn at least. Season 4, Season 5, whatever the case may be, because it's a bit different beast than, remaking Golmud, right? And they said that they're using Golmud to recreate certain technologies for the game, so they can use it for the future updates. So that's that. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, I'm going through my notes right now. Not much. I mean, yeah, Season 3 stuff is just cool. It's everything is really positive and all that kind of stuff. I have. Oh, the main menu music for season 3 sounds really good, which is a remix version of the single player music, which is really good. It was a really good track. And yeah, nothing much else. Yeah, I'm going through this like, yeah. All right, you know what? I'm gonna end it here because I've been talking for like an hour and 20 minutes more actually. So, guys, I'm excited for season 3. Looks very exciting. I'm excited for this update that just dropped. So we'll see. In 2 weeks, I'll let you know how it is. How's the progression? How's the netcode? How's the shooting? All that kind of stuff. How's the audio setting? Audio changes and everything. I'm excited to check it out. I'm excited how operations gonna work. How that's gonna play. Exciting. And season 3 looks very promising. So. Good times ahead. Like I said, good news week for Battlefield 6. I can't believe it. But I'm really excited and we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, I'm excited. And what else I can say? Like, yeah, no, that's it. That's it. Yeah, just full excitement. And like I said, next episode, if everything goes according to plan, we'll talk about Battlefield Hardline. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to talk about the impressions for this last stage of the season 2. Other than that, thank you guys for listening. If you're still here, still listening to my ramblings, thank you so much. Might as well support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier for extra episodes, early access to future episodes, extra videos. Just support us, Your support means everything to us. It just changes everything, just like makes us better and all that kind of stuff, makes us be consistent. Thank you guys so much for your support. Please support us. Hey, use a free trial. If you don't like the content we're offering, you can always cancel the free trial. Join as a free member at least. At least you won't have to hear the ads or whatever the case may be on Patreon. So that's that. At least join us. So, yeah. So thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for everything. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Hopefully with Andreas. We'll talk about Hardline. Hopefully. I hope that's the plan. I hope everything goes according to plan. And... yeah, that's great. So, thank you guys so much. Thank you for everything. Leave a rating. Support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Don't be a douchebag. Stay safe.